All right, let's talk about Sam Darnold here in the Minnesota Vikings, who, hey, a huge win here, trying to keep the hopes of the one seed alive, still have a chance to, again, they control their own destiny. They beat the Packers, they beat the Lions, they will have the one seed. How crazy would that be? And I want to talk about Darnold here, who I've been at times critical of this season, not overly so, but I thought that he's had his bad games, but my goodness, is he playing good to end this season, right? I mean, this is an amazing game. Let's talk about what he's doing so well. Starting off with this play, it's a man coverage concept, and one of the things I really like about him is how he uses his eyes to help get guys open. Darnold takes a snap, and watch how he's first looking towards the top of the screen. And I don't know if this was by design, if he was actually just looking there to see if something was open, or if he's just trying to get the safety out of position. But either way, it's working. The safety is not going to get over towards the bottom of the screen. So then watch when he gets over to the bottom of the screen, he still times this so well that him and Addison are able to link up and they're able to pick up that big completion. It's just understanding how to go through your progressions, go through your reads, and find the open guy, right? And that's what I really like about him. There's a lot of big stuff that he can do, but I think the best thing about him right now is how he does the little things. This plays another really good example of that, in my opinion, where it's going to be a zone coverage concept that the Seattle Seahawks are in, and you see the route concept on the screen for Minnesota, where you have that Justin Jefferson route kind of coming in. Watch how when Darnold takes a snap, he's going to look over in Jefferson's direction. And is this open? Currently, no. Currently, this is not a throw he should make. It would be a turnover if he tries to get rid of it right now. So, okay, that's the situation. But again, Darnold, I mean, he's a smart player. Like, again, that's not something you would typically say about him when he played for the Jets, but that's how I feel when and also the Panthers, but this is how I feel when I watch him play. Watch him just patiently wait, just that little tick, nothing crazy, but just a little bit of an extra, second, which allows Jefferson to get to his spot, and then Darnold is able to hit Jefferson. So again, a lot of people will say, oh, he's just force-feeding Jefferson. Anyone could do that. Well, no. I mean, if you just force-fed Jefferson, he would have turned the ball over there. He's doing more than that. He's doing a lot of the simple stuff, a lot of, hitting the layups, which is definitely, that's part of the Kevin O'Connell scheme and the, good receiving talent they have and all that stuff, where this play, it's first and goal at the 5-yard line. You see the zone coverage concept that the Seattle Seahawks are in on this play. That's what the Vikings are going to do, where they have a player, a tight end, who's going to run just kind of a setup route, hopefully clearing out the area where you don't have Jordan Addison running just past the goal line. Watch as when this play begins. It's actually right at the goal line where Addison's going to turn around and stop. And you see this works. There's a window. And for Darnold, again, this is what I like about him. The ball is getting out of his hands now. He's in the throwing motion. He's so decisive on these types of plays. And as you see, gets the ball there in a hurry. They're able to get into the end zone for a touchdown. Again, that's just good stuff from Sam Darnold. And these are the types of things you like to see from any quarterback, but especially a quarterback who's, came in as many people thought was just going to be a backup. And look what he's able to do. But now I want to go over here because, okay, that stuff's cool, whatever. Let's talk about the top tier stuff because, again, sure, that works. But at the end of the day, how far can you get with a quarterback that all he can do is run an offense? Luckily for the Vikings, to have a quarterback who can do more than that. So this play, you see Seattle setting up as though this could be a pretty heavy blitz. And if it is, what does Minnesota want to do? Well, you have Addison running a deep shot, and so, hey, why not look in that direction, right? Makes sense. Darnold's going to take the snap, and due to the pressure, he's a bit off balance. You see him, he's throwing while moving forward, so this is not an ideal situation. However, this is still a really nice throw. Puts it right on the money. Good defensive play to knock it away. But, I mean, Addison had a shot at that one, right? That was a competitive ball on a play that really kind of had no business being competitive there. So this play was a very good one that ultimately did not end up, working out. Although, of course, the play we have to talk about, I made a whole video just on this play when it happened. It's this one, which, I mean, game situation, down 4 points with 4 minutes left. So, okay, you have plenty of time, but, you need the touchdown right here. And Sam Darnold just got banged up. He just hurt his ankle, so he's not 100%. They didn't have, like, a long time out or anything. Like, he had to get up, and he's trying to play through it right now. You have Jefferson, who is, running a deep shot. Sometimes these can work against cover 2. You can kind of get open, kind of underneath the safety and maybe even a little outside of where the safety is and past the corner. However, when Darnold takes the snap, he's going to be in a tough situation where he steps up to avoid some pressure, but then he gets clobbered down to, as he's throwing the football, right? I mean, because he was stepping up and there happened to be pressure coming in, and he just said, you know what, I'm taking the hit. Let's see if I can make this throw. The issue, this is not open, right? I mean, there's a window, but this is going to take a perfectly accurate throw. This is a tough throw to make if you're not getting hit as you're throwing. It's impossible to make it here. Except Darnold puts it right on the money and they're able to get into the end zone for a touchdown. I mean, that's just crazy, right? And you remember that Sam Darnold was drafted 3rd overall primarily because of his arm talent and his athleticism in a draft where Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson were also available. Like, it's crazy what he can do, and I think we kind of forget that and put him into game manager box, and he can manage a game, but there's more than that. And also heading over here, sometimes it's just stuff like this too, where, okay, this is a 3rd down and 6. You have Justin Jefferson one-on-one on the outside, tie game midway through the 3rd quarter, so big play here. Darnold's going to take the snap. You see Jefferson's running a good route. Is there a ton of separation? No, not at all, in fact. This is essentially just trusting that, I think 2 things. You're trusting that if you put the ball in a good spot, Jefferson can make the grab because he's Jefferson, which makes sense. But you're also trusting yourself that you're going to make this throw accurately, because if not, this could go very south. But it's a perfectly thrown football, perfectly timed football, and a nice catch on top of it. And again, these are the plays that you kind of forget about, when the game is over, but they're huge. I mean, this is essentially possession. We freak out when a quarterback throws an interception, and I get it because there's field position too, but like, this is essentially the opposite of that. This is maintaining possession on a play that was not easy to make. Again, this one, another one later, just a couple plays later. This is a 1st down as well. You have Hawkinson running a deeper shot, going more over the middle. Less of a high-stress situation, but still, watch what happens. Darnold's going to run this play action. You see that when he navigates the pocket well, throws. Hawkinson, again, is he open? Like, there's a window here for sure. But if there's the narrative of, well, anyone could do well with these weapons, like, okay, I think anyone could do okay with these weapons. Like, they do have a lot of good weapons, but Darnold is still being successful when guys are only this open. As you see, well-thrown football, they're able to pick up a big completion there. And again, it's just the consistency of this stuff, right? Darnold is consistently making he always makes the easy throws. He consistently makes the pretty tough throws, and every now and then is also making the incredible throws. So, as of right now, I mean, again, do you look at Sam Darnold and consider him a Pro Bowler in the NFC? And I don't mean Pro Bowler once 19 people say no, and then you end up with Tyler Huntley in the Pro Bowl. I mean, like, voted in right off the bat. Because you have Daniels, who I think is certainly in. Like, maybe is Jalen Hurts ahead of him? You could make an argument Darnold should be ahead, I think. Same thing with Geno Smith and Matthew Stafford. Jared Goff, I think, probably gets in ahead, but honestly, you could make the argument for Darnold as well. You have, again, Jordan Love. There's a discussion to be made there. I think some people would say Baker Mayfield deserves to be there. But as a whole, like, Darnold's certainly in that conversation. And again, I think the Vikings care more about the team's success, and they're in a conversation to do a lot this season. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.